I'm Tyler. I am almost 17 years old, and I have been openly transgender for about 2 weeks now. I have always struggled with my gender identity and who I am. I've always known that I've always known that I'm a man, but for the longest time I didn't want to accept myself because I didn't want to I didn't think that I was normal. I didn't think that this was okay. And being openly transgender and now accepting myself for who I am, things have gotten easier in ways and harder in others. It's easier in the sense that I can dress the way I want. I can act the way I want. I can say things. I can hear people use my male name. I can hear people calling me him and his and he and all my male pronouns. But the reason I'm making this video is something that has gotten harder since I've become open about being transgender. Is the dysphoria. For people who don't know, dysphoria is the feeling of being uncomfortable or unsatisfied with your body. It's specifically gender dysphoria. And it's hard. It's hard. I look at myself in the mirror, and this is gonna sound cliche, but when I look into my eyes and when I think about myself, I see a man. But when I look at my body, I have breasts and a vagina. Sorry for the terminology that offends anybody. But it's horrible. It's not something I've experienced this bad before. I've been asked by a couple people, now that you're openly transgender, what's the hardest part about it? And I think the hardest part about it is that I don't pass. For people who don't know, the term passing is when you look like you're unmistakably, people on the street, they see you and they're like, for me personally, I'm female to male, so they'd be like, yeah, that's a guy. You look like the gender you identify as, and people don't mistake you. And the hardest part about it is that I don't pass. I don't look like the person I want to be. I feel like my body isn't my body. I understand that I don't blame people for this. I don't. I understand you see me, I look like a female to you, so you immediately, oh, she. But dealing with it is honestly so hard. Looking at myself in the mirror and thinking in my mind, I am a man, and then seeing myself is so disappointing because I'm not who I want to be. It's not something that I'm used to feeling, so it's not something I know how to deal with. And not at all do I feel like I am the only person who feels this way. I know for a fact I'm not the only person who feels this way. And to clarify, I don't hate my body. I don't hate my body because it's a woman's body. I think that women are beautiful. I'm a feminist. I think that women's bodies are beautiful and they can do so many amazing things, but it's not me. This isn't the body that I want to have. And I almost feel like I'm wearing a costume. And when people tell me it's just a phase, well, make sure you know for sure. It feels horrible. It tears me apart. I know for a fact that I am a male. I have only been openly transgender for 2 weeks. And already I have looked into the surgeries. I know for sure I want top surgery. I know for sure I want bottom surgery. I know 100% I want testosterone. And knowing the change that it'll be when I do get my surgeries and I do go on testosterone, and seeing other trans people on YouTube, on the internet, you know, Tumblr, anywhere you can see them on the streets, and seeing people who pass, in a way, it gives you hope. Well, it gives me hope that I'm gonna look like that one day. One day I'm gonna pass. But thinking about how long it may take for me to pass is really painful. It's not that I have a problem when I meet new people or somebody mistakes my pronouns or something. I have no problem saying, hey, I'm transgender, please use male pronouns. I'm not ashamed that I'm transgender at all. But it's a constant reminder that I don't look like the person I am inside. And I have certain parts of my body which cause me the most dysphoria. I call them my problem areas. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but they are the areas that I have the most issues with. And that would definitely be my face, because I do look butch, but I have a feminine face. My voice, I want a deeper voice. I want to sound like a man, because I am a man. My chest, I want the flat chest. I want to have the body of a man. And once again, it has nothing to do with me hating my body. I don't hate my body, I just feel like it's not mine. There are some mornings I wake up and I look in the mirror and I am so happy. I am so happy that I'm open now. You know, I got a haircut, I wear guys' clothing, I am so happy I've made the steps, I'm moving forward in my life. And then there are some moments, some days, I wake up in the morning and I look in the mirror and I am so disappointed with what I see, because I know it's not me. It's not who I am. This is not my body. And it's a scary thing to feel. It's scary waking up and looking at yourself and thinking, this isn't me. And there's no way right now that I can be me. I can't afford it. I have to go through therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, counselors before they even think it's a good idea to give me testosterone. My goal right now is by this time next year, right now it is May, it's May, the 27th, I believe, and my goal is my birthday is in July 8th, my goal is either just before my birthday or just after my birthday to be starting my testosterone or my T. And for those who don't know, that is a male hormone. As I said before, I am not ashamed of being transsexual. I am not ashamed at all. I am proud of myself for who I am inside, but on the outside it's just so unsatisfactory. I mean, for people who are cis, they identify as the gender that they were born as. If you're female, imagine one day waking up and you don't have boobs and you have a penis. You don't have long hair, and not saying that transgender people who identify as male cannot have long hair and those who identify as female cannot have short hair. That is not what I'm saying. But imagine you wake up with all the features of a male and you're thinking to yourself, holy crap, this is not me. That's how I feel on a daily basis. There are some days where my dysphoria is worse, there are some days where it's better, but at some point in the day or night, I always feel it. And it's horrible. And I know once I get my surgeries, once I get my T, my dysphoria is not just gonna go away. It'll always be there. But the hardest part is not passing, because it means that people don't see me as the man I am. They don't see me for who I am. They see me as my body. And it's frustrating. It's the only way to put it. It's extremely and horribly frustrating. And I guess that's all I have to say about it right now. I think that I will end up posting this on the internet, most likely on YouTube. So if I do, thank you for watching, I guess. If I have subscribers when I post this, thank you for being a subscriber. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about dysphoria and recently coming out as trans.